friends, fans, foodies, and followers. I'm Chef Kai. I'm going to teach you how to do kimchi fried rice. First things first, a little heat underneath a smaller pan. You can use a big pan if you want. My favorite color is blue flame. Blue flame is my favorite color. So start getting a little bit of heat into the pan. We don't want to go too blazing hot with it yet. This is for our breakfast rendition of fried rice. So, very important, as I said before, butter. I'm going to put a little butter in the pan, and just enough to coat it. This is going to be for our sunny egg. We want to just get the butter melted, just so it's starting to kind of coat the pan. We don't want to keep this raging hot heat on here too long, where it's going to make our sunny really crispy around the edges. And really what we want is the whites to be done and the yolk to be nice and creamy and delicious. So that's what we're going with here. So just enough to make the butter start to sizzle, and then we'll turn the heat back down. We're going to put it on the back burner, grab a bigger skillet. You could do a wok if you wanted to, but we're just going to grab a skillet. So this butter's starting to foam just a little bit. We're going to kick on the back burner and put it on a really low heat to get ready for this. So the egg we cracked earlier, yolk intact, we're just going to slide that into the pan real gentle like and let it hang out. And you see the whites are just starting to set up a little bit. That's what we want. If you can kind of shake the yolk to the middle, it'll make it look cooler in the end, but we're getting the pan pretty hot. Hot enough so you wouldn't want to touch it for more than a couple seconds. We're going to add a little bit of oil, canola oil in this case, vegetable oil, I'm sorry. And our egg is sizzling just ever so slightly in the back here, right? So the oil's heating up in our pan. The reason why we're starting with oil is when we hit the butter in the pan, we don't want it to burn immediately. So by using a little bit of oil first, it kind of prepares the pan for the butter. And we're going to use a substantial amount of that. I'd say, give or take, 3 tablespoons of butter. It's going to make the fried rice taste like super good. Super good. So we're going to add a little butter in there. We don't want to burn it, right? We want to wait until it coats the rice before we get any kind of color on it. We're swirling that around a little bit. Letting it start to foam just a little bit. And in this case, right, I'd crank the heat up to 11. It speeds up the process. We just don't want to burn the butter. So we're getting a good sizzle out of it. It's starting to foam up a little bit. When it gets to right there, I would say that's the perfect time to add our garlic, rough chopped. And it's about 3 tablespoons of garlic, rough chopped. Great time to add our carrot, right? A little color, caramelization, that translates to flavor. Get those working, stir it around a little bit. In the words of Emeril Lagasse, one of the greats, smell-o-vision would be a good thing to have right now, because garlic and butter, baby. Shaking that up a little bit. Garlic's starting to cook. I don't necessarily want to brown the garlic. I just want to kind of steam it out a little bit. We'll crank it up for a second and get some caramelization. Once the onions are in the pool, carrots are in the pool, garlic's in the pool, everybody's in the pool. Right? Onion. Dude. Smells so good. I'm going to crank up the heat for a sec. We'll let this start to caramelize just a little bit. And we ain't looking for burnt garlic, we ain't looking for burnt onion, carrot, anything. We're just looking for a little bit of caramelization. Translucence in the onion is going to be our number one indicator. It's time to add anything else. In the meantime, we're going to take a look at this egg in the back. Yolk's still runny, white's just starting to set up. That is a very good thing. So if you can't toss a pan like I do, it's totally fine. Use one of these. It's a heat-resistant spatula. You can pick them up pretty much anywhere you buy restaurant stuff. And the garlic in here is starting to get a little translucent. We've still got it on blazing hot heat, which is fine. We didn't burn the butter before everything else got in there. Right? Perfect. Okay, time for our rice. Cooked white rice, totally cold, kind of crunchy, been in the fridge for 24 hours. Perfect. So once you get that in the pan, this is a time when having a non-stick, heat-resistant spatula is a good thing to have. You want to break that rice up and try and individual all the grains of the rice so that they mix up well when we're frying it up, and you know, there's a little bit of everything in every bite. That's the whole deal. So, don't be afraid to use the spatula. I'm going to toss it just a little bit to get things moving around, but this is a really good time to just kind of mash this out. And at this point, you can hear the rice is crackling. Let's get some color on it. Color equals flavor, and that's never a bad thing. That's pretty well broken up. Good time to add our kimchi and our shrimp. Kimchi diced. All the juice is in there, right? Seriously, that's going to give us a lot of flavor. If you were adding pork chop, leftover pork chop that's diced up, leftover diced steak, leftover ham, doesn't have to be leftovers. Even if you're just adding poached shrimp, cooked shrimp, add them now. Stir them in a little bit. Now, you don't have to completely mix everything together. You're not looking for an end product right here. Right now, you're just looking to incorporate all the ingredients together a little bit. We're going to be adding our egg here in just a second. And then we're going to add all our finishing touches as far as sauces, liquid sauces, lubes, and lotions, if you will. Right? So look at the color of that kimchi and its juice added to this. Right? Oh, so good. We're going to make a little well right here in the middle. And we're going to drop the heat just a little bit down to a medium heat. Right? We're going to add a little more oil right in the middle of the pan. We're just kind of creating a spot to put these beaten eggs. Right? You're just going to dump them in there. So you just kind of scramble your eggs within your fried rice. Moving them around. Pulling this stuff up off the bottom that's cooked. Kind of pushing it and turning it into a little pile of scrambled eggs right in the middle of the fried rice. Don't want to cook it too long. Don't want to cook it till this egg's all brown and disgusting and gross. Nice fluffy scrambled eggs within your fried rice. Big deal. Big happens. Okay, so an ingredient we didn't cover was some green peas. I pulled some out of the freezer. I let them sit on the counter in a bowl. They defrosted. I'm going to throw those in here now. And we're just looking for some more color. If you were using green beans or snap peas or anything that you want to be nice and bright and green in the dish, this is the time to add it. Especially if it's cooked, like the peas are. I'm just going to add that in there. It's kind of traditional to have some of those flavors in there, right? Or the green peas give a little pop when you're eating it. So, okay, let's talk about liquids. Let's flavor this rice up in a huge way. As you can see, we're getting a little bit of caramelization on some of the stuff, and that's great. Caramelization is flavor. The rice is crackling, having a great time, but we want to give it a final blast of heat. We're going to do that with steam from our liquid ingredients. I've been keeping it moving, and the scrambled eggs mixed in well. Take a look at our sunny egg. Ooh, almost there. A little bit of creaminess left of that white, but it's really close. Okay, let's do it. Crank the heat up to 11 again. Soy sauce. I'm going to say about 2.5 to 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. Hear what it's doing there? Ooh. Fish sauce. I'm going to say about a tablespoon of fish sauce. If you like it funkier, by all means add more. Can't go wrong with fish sauce. So stir this up a little bit, right? Oh, dude, it smells so good in here. Stir it up a little bit. Start reducing those flavors we just added by adding the soy sauce and the fish sauce. Changes the color a little bit, darkens it. Still crackling, really nice. Yeah. And then we're going to add another level of flavor, you know, a little oyster sauce. It'll shine it up pretty good. I'd say about 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. It's got a slight sweetness to it, which is great. And it's not going to hurt to add extra umami to all of this umami, if you know what I mean. Extra flavor, always good. So that gummed it up a little bit. We're going to let this keep cooking and dry out just a little bit. Adding all those liquid ingredients might make our rice stick. And we've already done some work in trying to get that rice to not stick together so much. So we're going to give it just a second, kind of crisp on the bottom. We'll turn it a couple more times, and then it'll be just about time to put it on the plate. Yeah, see that? Ooh. Right there, watch. See how we're getting that color on that rice? A little bit of crustiness? Yeah. All right. Okay, I think we're about there. I'm gonna put this bad boy on a plate. Put our garnishes on it, and well, it'll be time to eat well. Right, time to plate, guys. So, got a few scoops of rice. Got a nifty rice bowl, shallow, wide bottom. You can put it on a plate. You can put it in a coffee mug if you wanted to. But I'm going to make it as pretty as possible. Okay, so you remember right in the beginning, we took some green onions and we shoved them down in a water bath, right? And check this out. Those green onions curled up into these pretty little tendrils. We're going to take some of the water off them, just blot them with a towel. You can use a paper towel if you want, whatever works. Right? Look at that. Gorgeous garnish. Alright, we got our rice in a bowl. We're going to slide this easy yolk. Now, dinner or lunch, just put the green onion on top. I'm going to make it a breakfast dish by putting a sunny egg on top. You could eat it whenever you want, however you want, but sunny egg's just kind of like the crown jewel. Right? I'm going to use a little bit of furikake, which is nori seaweed, and toasted sesame, a little bit of sea salt. It just makes it look pretty. It looks nice. Kind of speckles your egg a little bit. Of course, you could use black pepper if you want, whatever you want. Right? With that, we're going to take this gorgeous green onion tendrils, kind of pile them up there, a little bit on top, and then a few around the edges. Right? Just to make it look awesome. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And then to finish it, a little bit of toasted sesame oil. Not much, just a drizzle around a couple times. And that's it. Kimchi fried rice. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Cost effective. Easy to find ingredients. Clean out your fridge ingredients. And something you can pull off in a real short time. I'm Chef Kai. I'm asking you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit me up on Facebook or Insta, and look for more videos in the future. It's been great spending time with you guys today. Food is love, eat well. Peace out.